From time to time, I get radios from Amazon returns from a couple of different vendors, Retevis being one of them. And if you want to get into the Amazon returns game, it's a long game. You got to build a long-term relationship with a very specific vendor, show that they can trust you, show that you can be trusted, and that you have some technical acumen and know what you're doing. And then they will send their returns to you. And it ain't free of charge. I still got to pay for these things. Today, the one I bought is an RA89. Need my old man glasses on. RA87. I was so close. But there is an RA86, and I think there is also an RA89 radio from Retevis. This one is a 40-watt GMRS radio. Let's go figure it out. All right, it's a big box, so it's got to be a big, powerful radio, right? That's how that works. No puny boxes for powerful radios. Only big boxes for powerful radios. All right, there's a loose nut. Another loose nut. Programming cable. So it's a USB-A with a chip lump in it, and then a tip ring sleeve connector. Same loose nut. Don't get excited. Same one. This is the user manual, so that's good. We have a bag of parts with a hole in it, and that's where that loose nut came out of. We'll put that one back in there. I don't know what all's supposed to be in there, but there is a microphone hook there, so it's adhesive on the back, and it's a little hook shape there, so that's pretty nice. Oh, more loose parts. I'll get a fresh baggie for that, but I don't know what it's supposed to have. And it's just mounting hardware. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. All right, back to the microphone. So there's the hook part to hook the microphone onto. Kind of reminiscent of an ICOM microphone that I have seen in the past. Buttons are kind of mushy. But, 40-watt GMRS radio. What are you going to do? Oh, we have the standard T connector, and then somebody put some ring terminals on here. Nice. And they are just crimped, not soldered. So they did a real quick job of putting them on there. I wouldn't even say they're crimped all that well. Okay. Big old power cord. And the radio and a mounting bracket. Take that, icon. Alright, so no sticker peel on the radio. You can still kind of see it there, glistening in the camera light. Okay, that's kind of what you get. Nothing too terribly exciting. I am going to test its power output. I did a full review on this radio a while back, and I do have two of these in stock in the radio room. There's like a sub basement over there. Ooh, a little scratch on it. That I want to put together as a repeater. I just haven't gotten that far yet because there's so much stuff to do in ham radio. So we're going to do some of it. And some of that is repairing returns radios so somebody can get a discount and get this in their hands. Okay, so this is my Shorecom SW102, which is a power meter. And it's got this really cool 3D printed case. So we will get that plugged in. And then dummy load. All right, we need our power cord. This one is mine, not the one that had the ring terminals on it. Okay, microphone plugged in. And then it's got a little on-off switch down here. All right, she's on. And the display is blank. Why is the display blank? Do I have enough camera space to show you? I do. Blank display. Interesting. All right, well, I got a little excited. Let's get this dummy load set up out of the way so that we can look at it a little bit better. Let's see what kind of stuff we can get going on here. She's receiving, that's the squelch. That works fine. Volume works fine. Buttons sound good. That all looks like it's fine. We've got the data connection and the speaker connection on the back. Let's try a factory reset. Reset operation, page 19. When radio is off, press Fun and Power key. All indicates light up for a moment and appear fully reset confirm message. Press Fun key. Screen displays Sure. Press any key to cancel except Fun key. Press Fun key to reset radio. Screen displays Wait for a moment. And then all the dummy tones are clear. The dummy tones are required. Dummy tones. As opposed to privacy tones. They're dummy tones. You need to write them into the default settings. Okay, no problem. All right, let's do the power off and the and press the fun button. I like fun. Do you like fun? I like fun. All right, power off. All right, so she responds to the power button just fine. So let's do hold in the fun button, power on, all the lights come on, and then press any key except for the fun key. It should be asking me, but I don't see anything on the display. Nope. Maybe I did it wrong. Press fun and power key. Okay, she's beeping, which might mean that it is asking me to press the fun key to reset. Screen displays wait for a moment. It does not. And we get nothing. Awesome. Let's try it without the microphone plugged in. Nothing. She lights up. She receives. No factory reset. Well, let's try programming. See if programming does anything at all. Maybe there's a thing in the programming side. I have no idea. Radio's plugged in, powered on, and still just as grumpy as ever. And we have the RA87. Looks like it's an installer. Is it? It is. Ooh, setup wizard. Isn't this pretty? Next. That's fine. Yes, it's fine. It has been installed. Oh, just go ahead and put that icon on the desktop there. Don't ask permission or nothing. Just go ahead and do it. Oh, frequency is 2 meters. Interesting. Let's read from the radio. It's reading. The radio doesn't seem to notice. I guess it's just the display that's borked. And they do what they always do. They reboot after being read from. Okay. Radio info. Okay, now we figured out that we're a GMRS radio. Got it. I looked for a firmware update. There is no firmware update available. Channel info. Somebody programmed some stuff in. I guess it just died after a little while of using it. 462-600 simplex. Okay. B, Jackson, Summer, DDK. All right. Open close channel, left channel, right channel. Lockout, beat shift, FM narrow. I don't see anything in here that says don't display anything. Optional features. Timeout timer in minute, APO off, squelch hang. Scan resume, tune enable, key beep, the programming keys, the scrambler function, don't do that. LCD light sort, okay. Lightweight, color of RX, color of TX contrast, so you can change the colors. Key light sort, others. Power on message is ELLO, respond auto, mic gain, okay. DTMF, encode, decode, auto dial memory. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. Maybe lights. Change that to auto 1. Change them all to 1. Change it to 2 for contrast. Leave the colors alone. Change that to auto. Okay, let's write it. See if that does anything. Radio still doesn't seem to care. We're writing to it. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Oh, it changed colors. The green looks more green on camera than it does in person. Looks kind of pea green in person. The computer says write is okay. Let's do default colors, and the light went out. Let's turn it back to on. Key light sort, let's turn that to on, and let's write again. Everything seems to be working except for the LCD portion of the LCD. The backlight works fine, the radio works fine so far. Rebooting, back on to green, no display. Okay, we've crossed the boundary of repair cost at this point. It's now costing more to play with it than it is to repair it, but it's still fun. So let's keep having fun. Screwdriver head out of my screwdriver kit. That one's too big. Oh, they're in there tight. Maybe somebody's already been in there. Okay, be careful not to rip the speaker off when you open it up. There we go. Made in Japan? What? Yeah, I don't remember opening this. I would have remembered that it said it was made in Japan. Okay, she lights up. Let's give her the old disconnect. All right, so we have lost the display. The display is now off. Oh, display is back. It says hello, like I told it to say hello. And we've got our 2 frequencies, and it's back to red. I remember this being actually a red color when we first got it. So that must have been what the problem was. Display driver not connected properly. Excellent. Love it. But if I was the customer who bought this thing and it was under warranty, I would not be happy with a non-working display. Yep, that's on backwards. There we go. Funny how it fits better when you put it on properly. Yep, display still works. Good. So when you are faced with a radio that is broken and it is out of warranty, I'm still putting the screws in, that's why I'm looking down. What have you got to lose? I mean, be careful. Don't be sticking, you know, metal probes into live electrical circuits and complaining until you get more advanced. But what was I expecting to see when I opened this radio up? If there was a majorly scorched component, then I would have, you know, probably abandoned ship, because the component cost and the cost of materials to repair and time and energy and effort and so forth are not all that great compared to the residual value in a second-hand, third-hand radio that's been around the block a bit in this class. I don't know what the price of this thing is new. I'm gonna guess sub $200, and then I've got to pay for it, and then I've got to pay shipping and so on and so on. So, you know, I got to sell it for somewhere below its asking price, new, because why would you get a used radio like that? Unless you wanted to support the channel, and I'm totally down with that. And somewhere above the price that I paid for it. So somewhere in there is also my time and materials and so on. But obviously scorched components. Maybe the display connector would have just been loose, which is what it appears to be. We're still showing the frequencies on there. Excellent. Maybe it's a simple part that I already have in hand. I don't know. Maybe I find out. I mean, the radio came on and you understood that I opened the squelch up and you heard the hiss, the static. So the receiver part is fine. Maybe it was just a bad head and I can scrap the head and save the rest of it for parts for when another one of these comes in, and take two and make them into one. You never know what you're going to find out, but you certainly know that you will not know anything if you don't look. So look. Maybe you learn something. At the very least, I learned that there are parts in a Chinese radio that are made in Japan, just like there are parts in a Japanese radio that are made in China. Back to the power test. All right, let's give her the business here. I've got it on a frequency 479, 725, and I have no idea what the power settings are, so we're just going to give it the old business here and see what happens. Okay, well, when I push it, I get squelch opening. Okay, now we got channel names. There we go. Now we got some power output. 47.9 watts. 467602. Yep, and it's in a, what's it called? It's in a channel mode, so I don't know if that's the right frequency or not. How do I get to the other VFO? Yeah, it's 479725. I don't think that's a legal transmit frequency. Okay, that is the B frequency that he had programmed in. And I can't transmit on the B frequency. Let's get back and do that factory reset procedure. Power off. Hold down the fun key. Power on. Hello. It's running the test. Do I let go? I let go. Full reset, FL reset. So we say yes. Are you sure? Yes. Wait, I'm waiting. Okay, so I didn't push it twice the last time. I only pushed it once. All right, 14 volts input power. And 450, 450. It did not reset the frequencies. Was it not supposed to reset the frequencies? Oh, full reset. Number 2, press function megahertz set key in turn, then rotate the coding control knob to choose number 53, reset. Function megahertz and set key. So where's megahertz? How can I press all three? Oh, function megahertz slash set. Okay, press function megahertz key in turn. I just locked it. Don't lock it. Okay, now it's unlocked. Function megahertz. There we go. And we need to go to 53. 53 reset, megahertz set key, and rotate the coding knob to choose full. Press megahertz set key. Are you sure? Press any key to cancel except for that key. So we press that key. We're waiting. Should reboot. It's rebooted. Okay, so there's two different kinds of resets. That's actually a normal thing for radios. Let's go into, all right, so it's doing some scanning. That's not what I wanted to do. But at least the scanning part works. Nothing programmed in. All right, back to power test. Without changing anything, we're on 450.312.5, which I don't think is legal. It's not legal. Okay, so can we do 462.5625? Did that work? It did not do anything. All right, so that's a repeater frequency. All right, so 467.551, 48 watts out. 467550. Good enough. Awesome. She's working. Well, there we go. Save the day. Let's try a different frequency. So that was channel number 1, 4625625, and somehow it was in a repeater mode with an offset. Yeah, so it's got a positive offset setting there, and I wish I could show you this better. I should get a right angle tester set up. But then I couldn't show you the top down of the tester. I could only show you the face of the radio. Or I could use some coax. I really don't want to use coax. Yes, there's more than one way to do it. Well, if I don't know what the functions are, there we go. Step tones are off. Shift is off. TX power is high. Good. Okay. I kind of expected it to be high. A 40-watt radio putting out 48 watts. 462550 instead. And yes, I'm going to do coax just because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Might as well turn the meter on too. All right, 462550 on high power, 36.8 watts. Excellent. And no offset. And 462550. So that works just fine. Okay, so do we have? We don't have. We not. There it is, up. 462600, 35.9, 462600. Perfect. Let's do 4625625, 4625625. Oh, because it's got a step on it. I hate it when it does that. Close enough. 462560. 462561, 36.1 watts. Beautiful. We got a working radio here. So we'll turn her off. We'll get her packaged up. We'll get her out the door. I love it when a plan comes together. Put the Shortcom power meter back in its nice little 3D printed protective case so we don't hurt it any. And we're good to go. So don't be afraid to try something. You never know, you might fix something. There will be links in the description down below where you can get more information on this radio from my for sale list of all the radios that I have for sale that come into the channel that get reviewed, renewed, refurbed, rehashed, and reassigned to you. Or there'll also be a link to get one of these things brand new off of the Jungle Market. If you like high-powered GMRS radios with all the bells and whistles, this is the one. This one also does repeaters, and there's going to be eventually, when I get some time, there's going to be a video on the channel showing 2 of these linked together to create a repeater. I just haven't gotten there yet. So much stuff to do. So much fun stuff to do. If you want to see more fun stuff to do, there's a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.